and put my screen thing up. Okay. I need permission to share.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that for you. Don't worry. Has somebody done that, Louise?
Sorry?
Has somebody done that? Have they made you co-host?
Let me just see. No.
Okay, just hang on, somebody will. Are we ready? Are we ready, Jonathan?
Yes, good evening, everybody. I'm sorry for the technical issue. Good evening, Louise, and
Hi.
nice to see you all. It's been a long time. It should you are co-host now as well, Louise.
Thank you.
Edgar?
Uh-huh.
Over to you.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're well. It's been a while since I've been on here as a presenter, presenter, host, whatever you want to say. It's good to be here, and the weather's been good today. But we have an excellent program for you, and my co-host or joint host is.
Jonathan.
You have to unmute, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
And what have you got to tell me, Jonathan?
So it's been a long time, and I'm happy. I'm excited about what Louise is going to present. I'm looking forward to hearing what she's got to say, and you know, I'm trying to see if I recognize any of the names in the chat, and only a few I can recognize. So just like to say welcome to everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Okay. Thank you. What was going to say that? Right. We're gonna go back to the slides now. Saying hi to everybody and thank you for joining us. I'm gonna go through some slides. Our presenter for today is here. Louise, are you there? Could you say hi?
Hiya. We're just sorting out some bits, but I am here.
All right, no worries, no worries.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, we're gonna go to the slides, and I'm gonna ask Jonathan to talk to some of these slides. Yeah. So this is our introduction slide. Welcome to our show, and we're gonna move along and see what we have in store, and also promote some of the things that we're doing. Also show you some of the links that you can hit if you want to find out more information, or if you want to share it with somebody. So we're going to do the slides now. Okay, so the first slide is.
This is today's sorry, this is today's program with Louise, a clean sweep. I don't know if Louise wants to speak a little bit on this, just so she can whet our appetite, so we can know what to expect.
Okay, so
Hi, Louise.
Welcome back everyone to TTI. I haven't been here for ages, and as Jonathan said, it's been a while. So I'm glad to see quite a few people on. And we're just talking about a clean sweep today because we've come into spring. Yes, we've come into spring. We've got hopefully we'll pass all the gloomy weather and we're going to come into a nice springtime. We're going to do some spring cleaning. And so we're going to be talking about the body in terms of doing a spring clean, and basically how to kind of like boost back up your system, boost your immune system, get your brain back into working condition, hopefully, by doing a detox, because we're going to be talking about detox. And I've done this presentation before, but I thought I'd like to revisit it again since we've entered into the spring season. And so I'm really happy to be here with you guys. By God's grace, I hope you're going to enjoy the program.
Can I just ask you a question, Louise? You know, there's a diagram on the poster that's looked to be like the colon. A
Yeah,
clean sweep, I'm assuming it dealing with the internal. Does that have
yes.
anything to deal with the thoughts as well?
Of
Just
course,
an
this is what
idea.
I was saying. Yes, that's right. That's a good point, Jonathan, because what a lot of us don't realize is that when we clean internally, we're having an effect on the brain as well. We're doing a proper cleanup job on our organs, on the brain, on everything. So it's not just about maybe thinking about juicing and that's the end of it. No, it's a literal cleanup of the inside, just like when you're spring cleaning the house. We know what we got to do. We got to go down and do some knuckle cleaning, yeah? And this is what we're going to be talking about today in terms of cleaning up the system.
Thank you.
Sounds really good. I'm looking forward to it already. So let's move on. Let's move on. Jonathan?
So this was the last family health show, and there was a challenge. I imagine, Edgar.
The challenge was to see if you can find some of these herbs, like, you know, are they coming out now? And the reason why I'm kind of looking to you, because for me you're the herb man, right? And so are these things are they coming out? Are they here? Because that was the challenge. Can you find some of these things? Dandelion, cleavers, burdock, yellow thistle, and other herbs that are coming out. Red clover. What do you think?
I don't know about me being the herb man, but certainly, yes, a lot of
You're
these
being modest, Jonathan. You're being modest.
a lot of these herbs are coming out now. You can get your cleavers, your burdock, your dandelion, your horsetail. A lot of these herbs are coming in now. The wonderful thing about these herbs, once you educate yourself, you can readily find them. Go in God Pharmacy and harvest some of these herbs. And if you are patient with them and learn how to use them, you can reap wonderful benefits. And they come at a very cheap cost. Once you source them, you can go out there, you learn to identify. They're growing everywhere.
And I agree with that because I bought some dandelion from a health shop, and it's quite expensive compared with just you go outside and pick it and wash it. It's quite expensive.
I will say dandelion in my back garden, my backyard, I've got it in abundance. So it's just take the time to wash them and pick them and harvest them, store them and dry them properly.
All right, good.
To be honest with you, I've got dandelion from last year. That's that's a harvest from last year that I'm still using throughout winter.
Okay. Sharon, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, because we're looking at a clean sweep, I know a lot of people who may be keen gardeners could be trying to do a bit of a sweep of their garden as well. And so I know for myself, over the Easter holidays anyway, I definitely so much cleavers there. It's just so much. Pulling some up by accident and making and there's lots of nettle as well, lots of nettle, lots of cleavers, and they're grown in places where I don't necessarily want them to be, but there's plenty there. So when you're pulling them up, if you are pulling them up, bear in mind these are herbs. They're not just there for the skip.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Our next slide is looking at our contacts. So let me just, something's in my way at the moment. Basically, you can go on our website, you can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook. If you want to check out what we're doing, what's going on, and you can contact us. True Temperance, sorry, TTI, truetemperance.org or TTI.org. You can on these different mediums to check us out and see what's going on, and also go on our website. Is there anything you want to add, Jonathan?
Yeah, we do have a raised hand from Sasha.
Okay, go ahead, Sasha.
Yeah, just a quick one. I was just wondering, when it came on to the herbs, would it be possible for you maybe during the health spot at the hub, maybe take some of the herbs to show people who may not know what they look like, so that when they're trying to harvest them, they may be able to identify them correctly? Is that something that you can think about doing?
Sure. We've done it in the past, and we are more than happy to share, share with you guys again in the future.
No worries. Thank you for that, Sasha.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Jonathan, please talk to this poster for me.
What can I say, Edgar? It speaks for itself. This is Kathleen Lee 2024. I'm sure there must be at least 5 people on here who've been to the previous ones. Yeah, so this is something that we're looking forward to.
And what would be a highlight for you that you would say about Kathleen Lee?
So for me, being in the health work, the highlight is to see people receive the blessing of being restored and seeing the wonderful love of God through the herbs, and know that you have a compassionate friend. He provides everything that we need through this. And that's, for me, is just to see the joy of people's face being blessed. And that's the highlight for me. I mean, I give up the whole week. If you guys know me, I work hard and I give up the whole week just to be there to serve. And my greatest desire is that all of us will catch the vision of serve to see people be restored, and the work of God go forward through the simple means of the health work.
Excellent. And I agree. It was a good week. I had to work hard, but
more certainly.
Yeah, it was good, and it was a good week. And in terms of the many different things that were going on, because there were lots of workshops, people in the health field doing different things with regards to ministry on health, and everybody has an opportunity to access what we're doing and ask questions and even speak to presenters. So I wouldn't say everybody had a chance to have a consultation, but everybody had a chance to speak to somebody, or even speak to somebody who's not a presenter, and be encouraged about what we're trying to do. Would you agree?
I agree with you totally, and I think it would even be fitting to ask somebody else who's experienced it to share their thought, what they think about it, and if they are looking forward to it this year, and are they recommending it to others as well. So I would say at this time it would be good to just open the floor and ask anybody to contribute something.
We can do that. Not for long, but if anybody who's been,
I see a name in the chat, and I'm very
would like to
excited
testify.
to see Edgar. I see Colin name in the chat, and I'm very excited to see Colin on. Nice to see you, Colin.
Thank you, Brother Jonathan. Thank you. Blessings, man. Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. God bless you.
You can't just sneak in, Colin. I see
yeah,
you.
I had to sneak in at the end there. It's good to see you too. Wonderful to see the work continuing.
And Colin, would you recommend Kathleen Lee? You was there. Would you recommend it?
Absolutely, of course, yes. I'm excited by the title being Revived and Reformed and Ready to Serve. But away from all of that, I do endorse it. I've attended numerous camp meetings and retreats of various sorts over the years, and I have to say that the one that I attended, the Catherine Lee retreat, in my view, it was well organized. I hope you guys can build upon that. It was well presented. I liked the structure, the way that people could benefit from different workshops throughout the week. But on top of that, the freedom to, whether it be to go into nature and enjoy the countryside or to fellowship with others. So there's so much, but you make of it whatever you can, whatever you wish. But I do like the way you guys have set things up and organized it. It's a great formula, a formula for success that you can use now and going into the future. Well done.
Thank you very much, Colin.
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Nice to see you, Colin. Thank you. I was going to tell you to stop. You're saying too much. But thank you for that.
I'm done.
I'm only joking. Now, this year, which we didn't do last year, we're doing a new feature. If you look to the my left, your right, whichever you want to say, the plan is that we're going to have a boot camp this year by God's grace. So I'm just going to ask Shirlene or Jonathan, whichever, if you could share the concept of what this is all about, what we're trying to do for Catherine for this year, which is different from last year.
So I think both of us could speak on it, Edgar.
No, both of us can't speak on it.
No, I'm saying both of us, myself and Shirley.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
So I'll just share a little bit. So like we said, we've been going for 2 years now. Doing the health retreat, and we don't want the health retreat just to be another event that we go through every year, as good as it is. But we want this to people can leave the health retreat and continue to make changes in their life. And the idea that came from that look, we'll have a boot camp, and we'll work with a group of people, and hopefully even after Catherine Lee, we'll still be working with them. So Catherine Lee will just be the beginning, because we want to change people's life for the better, for good. Shirlene probably can speak about how we intend for it to work. Shirlene?
Is she here?
Oh, yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Jamira. So, Uncle Edgar. So, in terms of the boot camp, it's what we're going to do is because we kind of have the outline already. So it's morning exercise, fitness in the morning. We have the morning manna. Then we have breakfast, and then we have the workshops, and then evening devotion. So in terms of the boot camp, it will fit in terms of those who are going to be joining, because unfortunately we can't do everybody. So there will be limited spaces. But what we're going to do is check people's blood sugars, blood pressure, check their weight. This will be daily. And then they're going to be having their lemon water and raw food. And this is where they'll be able to see a change within themselves in terms of emotional health, physical health, even spiritual health. So they see these changes. Yes, it's short, but it's within 4 days. But by God's grace, they'll be able to see a change, whether it's weight, lower in terms of the weight, or energy levels, just a positive change within themselves. So that's why we're having the boot camp for this year.
And you said there's limited places?
Yes, limited spaces. And yes, thanks, Mom, juicing as well. So they'll be drinking juice, and also colon cleanse that they'll be doing within the 4 days.
Sounds very good.
Yeah.
Sounds very good. Okay, thanks for that. Oops.
You're welcome.
We're gonna play a video for you.
Before you play the video, it's
Go ahead.
so we are advertising that people will take this up. So I think it's only right for anyone who is on the platform now and would want to be a part of that 20 to make their interest known.
Okay. What you mean? You're saying that willing to take a list now? If
I mean,
anybody's
for anyone
interested.
who want to be a part of that group, for that 4 days, they can start, begin to express interest.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to skip this one. We'll play a video in a minute. Can you speak to this one, Jonathan?
So this is a Bible reading book club, if you like. That's it's been going on for almost 2 years now. And
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, last night I was on. It's excellent. We have quite a bit of people on each week, and Chris can speak more to it. Chris is in the background. Chris is the one that leading out on that, and it's been a blessing. So, and I think on the back of that, Chris will be taking some of the devotions at Kathleen Lee. So, Chris, if you are there and you want to say anything regarding the book reading, you can do so. It might take him off guard, Edgar, so we can move on.
That's okay. Basically, all we're doing is we're just saying that what we're doing is we're not only looking at physical health but spiritual health. This is an opportunity that happens most Fridays. You can check into it and delve deeper into spiritual things, and obviously, Chris will be one of the speakers at Kathleen as well. So if you want to take the snapshot of this, if you're interested, I'll leave it there just for a moment, and then we're going to move on. Okay. So the disclaimer, do you want to do the disclaimer, Jonathan? You've done this many, many times.
Yes. So after this, we'll move on, Edgar, to the presenter. But I suppose we are so excited not seeing the people for so long. We just have so much to share with them.
Sure,
So it says only a professional health practitioner can diagnose or treat medical condition. Any information discussed on the True Temperance International Family Health Show is for educational and informational purposes only. Please continue to seek professional medical advice from your GP or health practitioner regarding any disease you may be suffering from.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, so we're going to jump into the presenter for today, but I just want to play the clip, which is the Kathleen Lee ad. I'm going to do it now. The reason why I'm going to do it now is because if I don't do it now, I'll probably forget, and I don't want to forget. So we're going to jump into this clip, and I'm just going to play you the ad for Kathleen Lee, which is only about 2 minutes long, and then we're going to go straight into the presenter, Louise, and doing the cleansing, and obviously, and also Louise will be a presenter at Kathleen Lee as well. So this is like a mini preview of one of the presenters at Kathleen Lee. So just hold tight as I play this for you.
Kathleen Lee is back, a week-long conference in the beautiful countryside of Wales, full of teaching, preaching and healing. Healthy and nutritious meals can also be purchased throughout the week. You're getting 2 meals a day, so you don't have to worry or stress about cooking your meals. You can fully relax and enjoy your week, and also get fed. During your stay, there'll also be a daily pop-up shop where people can present and sell their stuff, showcase their small businesses to everyone there. Being in the countryside, there'll also be opportunities for walks, runs, and let's not forget the beautiful views. There'll also be cooking demos so that you can learn new recipes, share it with your friends, your family, take it back home, and also learn healthier ways to cook your favourite foods. The week will also entail workshops full of teaching, healing, and preaching. And we also have children workshops as well, so bring the whole family along. It's a family conference. We welcome all. We also have morning and evening services led by our speakers throughout the week, such as Andre Crawford, Sam Davies, and much more. There'll also be opportunity for prayers and testimonies, so everyone can come together as a family and encourage one another throughout their health journeys. And I can't forget to mention the beautiful music that we experienced throughout the whole week. It was divine. So, you're probably thinking,
When and where is it? I need to book some time off work.
it's taking place in the beautiful countryside of Wales at Cefnley from the 26th of August to the 1st of September. So make sure to book your places now to get them early bird prices, share with friends and family, and we can't wait to see you there.
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope that encouraged you. That's something you might consider that you would like to do for this summer. Bank holiday, Monday, August. And it's coming. Now we are going to go to our presenter, and we're not going to spend any more time on anything else. Louise, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. We thank you for what we're about to receive. Amen.
I like that. I like
Amen.
that. Amen. Okay.
Floor's yours.
So I'm hoping that I'm going to do this right. Share. Yes, there. Don't worry, it wasn't me. I had some people helping me because you know what I'm like with IT, yeah? So as I said, my talk is going to be on detoxing. And we're calling it a clean sweep because we've entered into the spring season. And in spring, we clean up, don't we? And we clean our homes and we get everything ready in our houses and stuff. But what about this body, the body that's housing your internal organs, your heart, your liver, your kidney, your gallbladder, the pancreas, your blood, your everything? What about doing that spring clean in this body that God has given us? And it was interesting because I went on the website and I wanted to see what they said about spring cleaning. And it said that, simply put, spring cleaning is the tradition of an annual deep clean of your home. This means completing tasks that aren't covered as part of your standard cleaning routine, such as cleaning the kitchen appliances or removing lime scale deposits. I like that word, lime scale deposits. And I'm wondering how many of us, including myself, have lots of deposits in the body that we need to get rid of. Yeah. And
Louise,
it says, yeah.
Is there any chance you can put it on full screen?
Okay. And how do I do that?
You know, if you go at the bottom and follow it down, go across. Just lift it up a bit. Your arrow, lift it up a bit.
Yeah.
I can't see it. If you go up a little bit, you should see. There you go. Now bring it down.
Keep going.
Slowly. Now go across.
Left or right?
Right. Too far. Go back.
There's one that looks like a stop.
Stop. Press that one.
Is that okay?
Fantastic.
Great stuff. Okay. So one of the other things that I liked about one of the readings that I Googled, it says, I'll just give you a breakdown of what it said. It says that, so we looked at it from cleaning the house perspective. And then it says a body internal cleaning is impacting your body. So how do we know that toxins are impacting our body? It says a few common signs, including weight gain, brain fog, hair loss, fatigue, nausea, bad breath, brittle toes. All of these things are like maybe symptoms to you, for your body to say, hey, you know, I need a little bit of attention here, you know, so we need to do an internal spring clean. So the solution that we're going to be talking about today is in terms of detoxification and doing an internal cleaning of the body. So today we're going to talk about detoxing in terms of doing a clean sweep. Okay, so let me find the arrows, and I'm going that way. So we know that spring is in the air. We're going to be cleaning up, as we've just been talking about, and we're going to look at detoxification. And it says detoxification is a process or period of time in which one abstains from or rids the body of toxic or unhealthy substances. This is what detoxification means. So, you know, it's a time where people can kind of like, you know, if people smoke or people are drinkers or people are overweight or anything like that, people think, okay, let's do a detox for a period of time. But I want to challenge us today, don't just do it for a period of time, that we should be making it like a regular thing. And, you know, with spring cleaning, we do it once a year, but we want to make cleaning up the system and keeping the system clean a regular thing. So we're using the 8 laws of health for better health, okay? So the human body, as we all know, is a very complex and intricate network of different but related parts, okay? And in Psalms 139, verse 14, it talks about us being fearfully and wonderfully made, yes? So if we're fearfully and wonderfully made, it means that we should be kind of, you know, taking note of how we need to look after the body that we have been graced with by God's grace. And it says, God created mankind. He gave us a diet that would best supply our systems with the best nutritional elements needed for the building, repairing, and maintaining of the body. So he didn't just say, here's your body. He said, here's the body, and here is what you need to be doing. This is what you need to be putting into the body on a daily basis so that you can keep this body working very well. So you know that the food that we eat is transformed into blood, which circulates the entire body, supplying life and strength to every cell, nerve, and muscle and tissue in the body. And so we say that a diet consisting of fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, a whole food plant-based diet provides mankind with ultimate health and longevity. Now, a lot of people say, well, you know, I don't think that is so because I need my calcium. How do I get my calcium? How do I get my protein? How do I get my this, my carbs and whatever? But it's all in there. It's in our fruits, our vegetables, it's in our legumes, it's in our nuts, our seeds, and our whole grains. Everything that we need is actually in the foods that God has given us. And, you know, somebody else might turn around and say, yeah, but our food is so polluted now. Very true. Absolutely, very true. But the fact is that if we do our best, I believe that God will do the rest, you know? So if we practice what God has told us our diet should be, I believe that even though our food system is polluted, God will do the rest of doing the maintenance that we need. So we know that some people talk about when we talk about detoxing, one of the first things that people say to me is, oh, our body naturally eliminates toxins anyway. It normally detoxes itself. And we are very, very 100% in agreement with that. The body does naturally eliminate itself. But unfortunately, when the systems are compromised, when our bodies are compromised, the impurities aren't properly filtered out, and the body starts to become toxic and begins to warn us of pending dangers. Yeah. So when we have got all the buildups from our food, unfortunately, from our environment, from the chemicals, the things we put on our bodies to wash ourselves, all those type of things, we have what we call lots of impurities that aren't properly filtered out. And so, of course, we help the body by doing a detox, yeah, to get rid of as much toxins out of the system. And so a detox is basically designed to help reboot, strengthen the body, help the organs by processing the and detoxifying the body even better. So we're basically helping the system to do the job it was already designed to do. Let's put my glasses on because it's going all fuzzy. So we use the 8 laws of health. We use godly trust. We use open air, being outside in the open air, going outside, doing your daily exercises, being out in the sunshine as much as you can. Okay, we don't have as much sunshine as many other countries, but the sun is still there, even in the winter, and we can't feel it. So going for walks outside in the fresh air still helps a lot. We need to take proper rest. You know, people say, well, I got to work. Yeah, you do have to work. But if you overwork and you overtax your body, then your body breaks down and you're sick. You can't work anyway, you know. So you need to be doing everything on a balanced basis. So we need to have a lot of water in our system in terms of, you know, your body weight, how old you are, all that type of stuff. We need to always be temperate in everything. So we might love lots and lots of avocados or lots of nuts, but at the same time, we still need to be temperate in that. And of course, we need to have good nutrition on a daily basis. So Romans 12, verse 1-2 says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the what? Mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. So your reasonable service is like, well, that's the least you can do. If God has given us this body, yeah, he's given us the food, what we need to eat to look after the body, and he's told us how to do it through the laws of health, then the least we can do is give God back look after what God has given us. And it says, well, not to be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You know, when others see you looking good, when others see you, you know, eating well, drinking well, dressing well, all of those type of things, they become interested, very, very interested, and they want to know more about it. So basically, you're a living epistle, you're a living testimony in what you do and how you look after the body as well. So we're just going to talk quickly about detoxing. It's like detoxing is like when you go on a fast, you're giving your body a break from food. And in doing that, what you're actually doing is basically giving more of your energy to the body in terms of getting well, because your body's not using up all that energy, your digestive system is not using up all that energy in terms of trying to digest food. So by detoxing, you're giving your body like a little rest. You're giving your body more energy. You're doing all those type of things. And so your body can heal quicker, your body can heal better, like such as healing old wounds, removing built up toxins that have been in your body for years and years and years. All of these things by doing a simple detox, it doesn't have to be for 30, 40 days, just even doing 2 to 3 days a week, or once a week, doing that detox, just basically abstaining from certain things can help your body a lot. So our bodies have the ability to heal themselves of virtually anything, literally anything. But if the inside of your body is highly toxic, is a very highly toxic environment where diseases can easily manifest and strive, fasting may be the best way to give your body a chance to really work. So we know we need water. And it says water is quite literally the river of which our good health flows. If we do not drink enough water on a daily basis, yeah, we start to feel fatigued, our brains stop working, we have headaches, we start to feel like we're not sleeping properly, or we can't get up in the morning, all those type of things. So basically, the body is the best beverage. Water is the best beverage for the body. I'm not saying having fruit juices and stuff isn't good. Those come in its place. But water is the best beverage for the body. It's inexpensive. It helps to flush our bodies of waste, aids in digestion, and keeps our vital organs in good order. Now, you see that little child leaning over the tap, drinking, maybe not from a cup, and we may think, you know what I mean? But the point is, this is what we need. We need it for our skin, our eyes, our mouths, and nose to help everything function well, lubricates and cushions our joints, regulates our body temperatures. It's numerous in what we do, what body does, what the water does to our bodies. And it helps to prevent disease. So water can play a crucial role in disease prevention. And one of the studies conducted at the Center for Human Nutrition in Sheffield says that women who adequately stay hydrated reduce their risk of breast cancer by 79%. So just being hydrated daily, not every other day or not once every 3 days, but on a daily basis, reduces women's risk of breast cancer by 79%. And many doctors believe that proper hydration can help prevent chronic joint disease, such as rheumatoid arthritis, because water reduces inflammation and it promotes cartilage to heal. And you know, things like diabetes, constipation, hypoglycemia, kidney stones, dry skin, wrinkles, cataracts, the list is endless, yeah? Just by putting that water in on a daily basis, once again, helps to bring healing to the body, helps to stop inflammation, helps to start lots of things that are going on in our body. And so I'm hoping that we're going to have a challenge later on. I hope you're going to give me the opportunity to give a challenge later on so that people can participate and see the benefits of how important water is. So if you look at that picture here, this is literally what happens to your body. So we may not see it at first, but this is what literally happens to the body. You can see that one part of her looks really nice and fresh and bright and vibrant, but the upper half of her looks like it's all cracked. And the crack has started at the top and it started going all the way down. And that is what literally happens to the body. You'll see that your skin starts drying out. You know, your eyes start getting cloggy, all those type of things. The brain starts helping. Yeah. So basically, by using water helps you remove like toxins, poison, all those type of stuffs from the body. Even being slightly dehydrated can wear down our systems in ways that seriously compromise our overall quality of life. And for me personally, if I don't drink enough water for the day, I really do feel it. I really literally feel it. My health starts to go downhill. I start to feel dry on my throat. I can't think properly, all those type of things. And sometimes I'm thinking, why am I feeling like this? And then I think, did I drink enough water? And once I start drinking water at a steady pace, not gulping it down all at one go, I start to see that these things start disappearing all of a sudden. So we're going to be talking about the liver and how important the water is for the liver. So it says, just like many of our organs, your liver also needs water to work properly. The liver uses water to break down fat cells, uses stored energy to fuel our bodies, all the while maintaining a balanced blood glucose levels. So a lack of water consumption can cause your liver not to function properly. So you see a nice, healthy liver here, and you see your liver here looking a little bit unwell, temperature in the mouth, looking a little bit fatigued. We don't want our liver to be looking fatigued because our liver is very, very important. It plays a vital role in keeping us functioning on a daily basis. So we really, really do need to look after the liver, because the liver is responsible for flushing out the toxins from your system. Water aids the liver with this process, it hydrates your body and keeps your brain firing on cylinders. So Jonathan earlier was talking about, does detoxing also affect the brain? Of course it does, but it's like water. If you didn't have any water, if you're not drinking water on a regular basis, then your brain is going to be affected as well. You won't function properly. It just won't happen. So the liver plays a very vital role in detoxification. So the liver filters the blood to remove large toxins, synthesizes and secretes bile full of cholesterol and other fat-soluble toxins, and enzymatically dissembles unwanted chemicals. So your liver is working 24/7 on your behalf. And if you starve the liver of water and you're drinking just beverages, fizzy drinks, all those type of things, there's nothing wrong with having cups of teas and stuff, but tea cannot replace your water. So people say, well, I use water to make my cup of tea. No, it's not the same thing. Your tea is your tea and your water is your water. Okay? So don't get confused with that. Excuse me, just 1 minute. So let's look at kidneys. How does water affect the kidneys, or how does having a lack of water affect the kidneys? So we spoke about the liver, and just as water for the liver is crucial to the digestive process, and much more, the kidneys are necessary for helping the body to remove water and waste, okay? The kidneys are a small pair of organs that are located near the spine at the small of your back hair, okay? And they take in about 20% of the body's blood each time the heart beats, cleans it of unwanted substances, and then produces urine, the fluid by which these wastes are eliminated from the body. So we're going to go and pee it all out. But just imagine if we're not putting enough water into the body, how will the kidney do its job? How will the kidney do that? It can't do it. And this is why, if the kidneys do not get enough water, they need to perform these functions, our health starts to deteriorate rapidly. And we're moving on to the colon. Again, another organ in the body that needs water. Every part of us needs water, yeah? The heart, the blood, everything, it just needs it. Every single part, every organ needs it. So with the colon, you need to keep the colon very, very hydrated, okay? You absolutely need to keep the colon hydrated to get things moving. And that, when I say get things moving, I mean getting the poo out, okay? So water is important for your digestion. It keeps the food moving through your intestines, and it keeps your intestines smooth and flexible. So that means you don't get constipated. That means you don't have as much stomach or gut issues as a lot of people are having these days. And one of the simple ways of doing that is basically keeping your colon hydrated. There are water receptors in the colon, and they pull the water from the body to make the stool soft. And sometimes if you go to poo, you're straining to go poo. You should not be doing that. You should be getting good fiber. You should be getting enough water. And that helps in terms of that process. If you don't get enough water, hard stools and constipation could be common side effects, along with abdominal pain and cramps. Now, people come to me all the time and they say, gosh, I've got stomach problem. What's the problem with the stomach? We start talking about it. And one of the questions that I ask them is, how much water do you drink a day? And they say, oh, I drink about 3 cups of teas. I have some fizzy drinks, and I say, yeah, but how much water do you drink a day? And they say, well, maybe I might have a glass of water, but I'm having teas and I say, no, we're talking about water. And we have to learn the difference between water, tea, beverages, all those type of things. The body needs water. And if we don't get enough water into the system, the blood doesn't flow very nicely, the liver doesn't work very nice, the kidneys don't work well, the colon gets clogged up, and we have what we call constipation and a whole other, a lot of other problems happening. So Another study done at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center in Seattle found that women who drink more than 5 glasses of water a day have a 45% reduced risk of colon cancer compared with women who drink 2 or fewer glasses of water a day. I would rather take the 45% lower risk of colon cancer by drinking that water every day. And some of the symptoms of colon cancer can be nausea, fatigue, weight loss, weakness, constipation, dark stool, diarrhea, rectal bleeding, painful bowel movements. Now, you may be having all of those things and you don't have colon cancer. I'm not trying to say that just because you're having those symptoms, you have colon cancer. But I'm saying that by taking your water in on a regular basis, it will help to lessen the prospect of having colon cancer. But if you are having some of these symptoms, or even most or all of these symptoms, then basically you need to go to see the GP, have a little talk, maybe get some tests done. But instead of popping pills, yeah, then go to the water first and see what can happen. So in the book, The Ministry of Healing, page 237, it says, pure water is a blessing. It says, in health and in sickness, pure water is one of heaven's choicest blessings. Its proper use promotes health. It is the beverage which God provided to quench the thirst of animals and man. Drunk freely, it helps to supply the necessities of the system and assists nature to resist disease. So when you assist, that means you help, okay? So when you help the body by putting in what it should, it is your way of saying to the body, to nature, I'm helping you, help me back. And I can guarantee you that the body will function much better. So let thy food be thy medicine. We're going to talk about what we eat in terms of how we eat, in terms of keeping the body healthy, keeping the body detoxed, keeping the body how it should be. In Genesis, it says, God said, behold, I have given you what? Every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. So to you it shall be your meat. And we know that word meat there means your food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given you every green herb for meat. And it was so. So you see, although our diets have changed, yes, from the beginning to now, yeah, we see that our natural diet was all consisting of fruits and the animals and seeds, and the animals was given the green herbs for meat. Of course, we are using the herbs now, we're using vegetables now as part of our diet because of the curse, because of sin. But this God has done to our advantage. It's been to our benefits. So we can see from the beginning, our diets did not consist of animal products. The animals weren't eating the animals, okay? Human beings weren't eating animals. We were consistent of that diet that God gave us because he knew what was best for us. So here are some simple tips on how to detox. Simple using fruits and vegetables, a raw diet for a period of time, which is some of the programs that I run and we do on a regular basis throughout the year. We use juice cleansing, water cleansing. You can use steam therapy, clean the colon, and detoxifying the liver, which is really, really, really important. So Psalms 51:7 says, purge me with hyssop and I shall be clean, wash me and I shall be whiter than snow. And one of the herbs used in Old Testament and is used even today was hyssop, and it was used to sprinkle the blood as part of the Jewish Passover. Hyssop was mentioned in the Bible for its cleansing effect, yeah? So we want to be cleaning up the system. Remember what we said from the beginning, we want to be doing a clean sweep, yeah? And that was in connection with plague, leprosy, chest ailments, and symbolically in cleansing the soul. So even in the Bible, it talks about cleaning up the system. We can use clay for cleaning up the system, like green clays, people use bentonite clays, all those type of things. And also we use fiber like psyllium husk, which is a part of our colon cleanse. That's part of the colon cleansing. And we use all of these things to help to clean the gut. Its fiber or binding clays can be used to help attract, mop up, and eliminate the toxins directly. So we're going to quickly go through the organs that helps the body detox. Okay, I'm trying to keep with time. So we know the liver does its job. We've talked about the kidney, the lungs does its job, the intestines, the skin, the lymphatic system. They all have a role of helping the body to stay clean and healthy. These organs work together. They don't work separately. They work together seamlessly to ensure that our body is able to survive in our environment. And we know that our environment is full of toxicity, yeah? In our foods, in our waters, we've got fluoride, we've got pesticides being thrown in on our foods, we've got things up in the air with chemicals and all that type of stuff. And so our body has been made with all these beautiful organs to help us keep nice and healthy. So we were speaking earlier on, Jonathan and Edgar was talking about dandelion, and we also know that burdock are some of the herbs that we can use to help detoxify the body. They are doing cleaning up for the liver, the kidneys, all of those type of things. They are the use. Of course, we spoke about earlier on getting good advice before we start using herbs. And one of my other favorites is milk thistle. This is also a part of our package when we do in milk thistle, turmeric. The turmeric protects the liver from incoming toxins. The milk thistle protects the health cells in the liver from free radical damage, inflammation, all those type of stuff. So they're just some of the aids that we can use in terms of helping, in terms of detoxing. And I want to try to run through this because my internet is not very stable, it says. And some of the ways that we can use in our kitchens: lemons, coriander, red clover, ginger, valerian, chlorella, good rest, sunshine, getting our vitamin D, good quality water, being temperate, trusting God, clean air, good nutrition, and regular exercise. Of course, the most important thing is trusting in God, okay? And, you know, a lot of people say, well, I don't like to drink water. You know, I use essential oils, food grade essential oils in my water. I use it in my grandchildren's water, and it makes their water taste better. I mean, thankfully, they drink water anyway. My granddaughter, who's 7, she drinks loads and loads of water. She goes through bottlefuls. My grandsons are not too good, but we're working on them. But one of the good ways is to get some food grade, good quality essential oils like orange or lemon, those type of stuff, and drop it in their waters. And this may help. This may be a way of helping them to drink it as well. So before detoxing, make sure you speak to your health practitioner before using any health treatment, including herbal supplements. Make sure you let them know if you have any serious medical conditions or are taking any medications. People who are pregnant and breastfeeding, children, adolescents, people who have problems with eating disorders, yeah, we have to be extremely, extremely careful there. And also people who suffer from malnutrition, people who are using drug prescriptions. Before detoxing, you need to speak to your healthcare provider to make sure that you are okay or you're safe enough to be able to do any form of detoxing. So Psalms 139 verse 14 says again, I will praise you for I am what? Fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. So as we've been talking about what we can put into the system to help the body stay cleaner, to help the body function better, to help the brain not be so foggy, to not wake up so tired in the morning, yeah, just putting in the basics of food good food, good water, good quality water on a daily basis is helping all the organs in the body, all of the organs in the body, the blood, your tissues, your muscles, your everything. These basic, simple things are helping you on a daily basis, yeah, if you're doing this on a daily basis, to help keep the body functioning properly. And if you haven't been doing it, if you have not been doing it, then you need to start doing it. If you need to start doing it, so and see how well you start to feel. And that can take a few days, it could be overnight, but basically start putting these simple things into practice and see how the body will start supporting you return. And we have our next detox program coming up, starts on the 21st of April. And so if people want to take a screenshot at that, please do so, because we are going to be doing a detox program for 12 days. We're going to be working on the colon, the gallbladder, and the liver. Yes. So please, please, people. I just want to go back to a slide. The 8 laws of health. This is what God has given us as an instructions. Yeah. We've read about Psalms 139:14, and in Psalms 119, verse 73, it says, "Thy hands have fashioned me and made me. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy commandments." This psalm is saying, because God has fashioned us and made us the way we are, it's now asking, give us understanding to know how to keep the commandments, how to look after the body. And he has told us, God has told us, by trusting him, by being out in the open air, by having daily exercise, by getting out in the sunshine so we get our vitamin D, having proper rest, at least 7 to 8 hours. Yeah, some people need 7, some people need 8, some people need less. By drinking good quality water, by being temperate in all things. I don't mean having a little bit of wine sometimes, or smoking a few cigarettes sometimes, or cutting back. No. Cut out anything that is harmful to the body, and whatever is good for the body, use it in a temperate and balanced way. And of course, we need good nutrition, good plant-based nutrition. This is what the Lord has asked us to do. And if we do it, he will keep us in his perfect love. Thank you, Jonathan. And Edgar, I don't know if people want to ask some questions. I'm going to stop screen sharing, I think. Stop sharing. Okay, great stuff. So I'm handing back to you, Jonathan and Edgar. If there's any questions that people want to ask, I can see quite a few things in the chat.
Okay, thank you, Louise. Excellent presentation. I'm encouraged to say I think I need to get to Catherine Lee to hear some more. I've got a hand here. Shirley has raised her hand. Go ahead, Shirley.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, when you're doing a detox, if you haven't done it before, the side effects and how to cope with them.
Oh, well, if you go to places like, even like Manor House, yeah, if you come to me, because I do in-house detox programs as well, and we do some online, some of the side effects with people who have noticed is like sometimes they have headaches, sometimes they feel a little bit nausea, they suffer from a little bit of nausea, sometimes everybody loses weight, and sometimes people don't want to lose weight, but unfortunately there is no control we have over that. Everybody loses weight, but you can put the weight back on by eating good healthy fats, okay? So those are some of the things. When you use the colon cleanse, of course, your cleaning system, so you're going to the toilet a lot more regular. Yes, you can have headaches, and all of this starts to clear. All that brain fog starts to clear. And as Jonathan was saying earlier on, does it help our brains? Of course, it helps our brains to function better. It helps us to the liver to work better, the kidneys, everything works better. The blood through the system works better. The heart pump works better. Everything works better when we assist the body in terms of detoxing. Yes.
Thank you. Got another hand. Carol, go ahead.
Yeah, hi guys. Hi Louise.
Hi,
Happy
hi.
Hi,
Sabbath, everyone.
Carol.
Hi,
Carol was
you're
like,
right.
yeah, Carol was with us at Kevin Lee last year, guys.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
It was a lovely time.
Excellent.
Lovely, lovely. Lovely to meet you all there as well. It's lovely. You don't look the same
Amen.
in person like you'd see on the like on the you all look lovely.
Amen. Praise God.
What I was gonna ask, like, it's just something that everyone tend to say. They said before you use these natural things or whatever, consult your doctor before, like a disclaimer. But then I thought to myself, well, if you ever go to the doctor to consult him, he'll probably say to you, don't use these natural things. So that's what I just wanted to add that in, like thinking when they put on health programs and they tend to say that, but consult your doctor first to make sure it's okay for you to use these certain products. But a lot of times the doctors, they don't know, they're not even in health, you know. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to mention. What would the doctors say if someone's on drugs, medication and that, and then you go to the doctor say, oh, I'm using this and I want to take this, do you think that the doctors would really advise you to take anything natural?
You'd be actually quite surprised. There's some doctors that it's like, no, you should stay away from all of that. That's helpful. There's not enough evidence, there's not enough whatever. I never talk about anything, or I never do any programs that I know doesn't work, if that makes sense. Yeah. So when I talk about something, I don't talk about it just for the sake of talking about it. I'm talking about it because I know it works. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't consult your healthcare provider. Yeah. And I say healthcare provider because your healthcare provider could be someone who's qualified to talk to you about your health. And it could be a doctor, it could be herbalist, it could be whatever it is. But as we know, if you're taking medication and stuff, you do need to be even more careful. Yeah. And you have to remember, if you do proper research, yeah, do proper research, get good factual evidence, yeah, and not just random stuff, then you can make a decision and hopefully work with your health practitioner in terms of maybe doing different ways of looking after your health instead of being just on medication. And I've seen lots of health practitioners, lots of them, they say to people, yeah, go ahead and do that, but be cautious, or don't do this bit but do that bit. You'd be quite surprised. And you have to remember, at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your health. Be wise in your decision making, but take control of your health.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just thought, because thank God I'm not on any medication, but then I just noticed the disclaimers that people always say, and I'm thinking, well, we're trying to avoid the NHS, if you know what I mean, and then to ask them about anything. Yeah, some doctors, they are, like you said, I'd be probably pleasantly surprised. Some doctors are fine, and it can be any health practitioner that does natural or borderline natural, whatever. But yeah, but I also would always advise people, which you guys has, not to come off their medication, but slowly do the natural, and then slowly, if they can wean off it very slowly and get their tests done, while they're implementing natural.
I mean, we've had people who've been on programs, and I'm sure Lucille can testify to this as well, that they come in with health issues, and once they've done like a few days of detoxing or health programs, however you want to label it, they start to see the difference and feel the difference. And I've had lots of people who go back to their GPs, and their GPs have said, they've told their GPs, look, this is what I've been doing. My blood pressure's dropped, my sugar levels are good, things have stabilized, my weight is down. And they're asking, well, what did you do? What are you doing? That type of stuff. And they tell them, and a lot of GPs have said to them, whatever you do, keep on doing it, but just come to us, have some regular checks, all those type of things. And this is a good way to be working with your GP. Your GP is working with you. You know, you want that to be happening.
Yes. Praise God. Thank you, sis. Thank you.
So I just wanted to say, I don't know if Lucille's online. I can see her flight, her manor house thing, but are you online, Lucille?
I am here live and kicking, Louise. Nothing else.
Hi, Lucille.
Yes,
Lisa.
yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi. Okay, great. I was just going to say, from your perspective, in terms of Manor House being open to taking people who are, you know, doing detox programs or health programs, whatever it is, what is your feedback from most people who come in with high blood pressure or whatever it is? What is the main feedback that you are finding afterwards when they've left?
Well, I would say if we sit down and calculate it by percentage, I would say about 85 to 90% of people, their health is significantly improved. And I'm even blown away sometimes about the outcomes that people experience coming on a program. You know, God never fails to amaze me, you know, and it's very, some of the things we do appear very, very simple, but people, you know, are getting their health back. You know, I can remember one lady, she had MS, and you know, she'd been off work for what, 12 years with her MS, and she was a physiotherapist, and she was going through the part of the program. Hers was that was a 10-day program, and we tend to juice, depending on the person's condition, for about 5 days on a 10-day program. But we monitor people. Some people just do it for 3 days. Some people don't even go on a juicing element of it, but there is some kind of detox going on. Well, this particular lady, she went on the program. She didn't say anything until about 6 days into the program, and she's saying she feels her body healing just from going on the, you know, the detoxing, cleansing, and restoration. And after how many years of working, she left the program after how many years of working. I spoke, not working, I spoke to her, I think about a few months later, and she said, "Why are you ringing me?" And I said, "Well, I just wanted to share your number with someone else." And she said, "I've gone back to work after 12 years of being, you know, off work."
Wow.
So
Wow.
detox is very, very powerful. You know, if anyone goes on a detox program, and in fact, you know, as Louise alluded to, we need to be doing this housekeeping every year, sometimes every season, we need to be going through some kind of a cleanse.
Indeed. Thank you, Lucille. And, you know, it's so important that even though the body does detoxify itself, it does. We all know that God made it that way, you know, but it's what we, over the years, have put into the system that makes us now have to assist the system in terms of doing a mini detox or a 10-day one, a week one, 3 days, whatever it is. Once you assist the body to release those toxins, get it out of the system, clean up the liver, all that type of stuff, you will feel 100% better than you was feeling before. And if I only feel 60% better than I was feeling before, I think I've done myself a big favor. Do you understand? So yes, look after the body, drink, eat the right way, you know, all those type of things is so important.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Louise, and thank you very much, Lucille, for your experience. Louise, someone is asking a question, and the question is it better to have plain water or to add lemon in your water?
Well, listen, I'm talking personally myself. We know that lemon is a good detoxifier. It helps to lose weight. It helps to do lots of things. I have a glass of lemon water every single day. Every single day. On the odd day, I might skip it because, you know, I'm a bit spoilt. I'm a little bit spoilt at home. My husband normally gets up in the morning, and Jonathan is starting to smile. And he spoils me. He brings me my lemon drink upstairs, and before he goes to work, and
Wonderful.
that's my first drink. That's my first drink of the day.
You've got a good husband.
No,
Wonderful.
I am blessed and highly favored.
Bowers.
Boaz is my Boaz, and he does all that in the
You've
morning.
trained him well. You've trained him well, Louise. I failed.
You know, I wish I could say I've done a little bit of tweaking, but he came packaged. God was like, this is yours, look after it, and you're going to get a good return. And so I am reaping the returns now, Jonathan. So,
Wonderful.
yes. So I drink my lemon water every morning, my lemon drink every morning. And it's like squeezing half a lemon. Sometimes people use a full lemon. David, I'm going to fix your business later on. And later on in the day, I will have water. Do you understand? I don't need to be drinking lemon water throughout the day. I don't need to. Once I've had my lemon water in the morning, I feel fine. It helps me go to the toilet more regularly. I get up and I take my water throughout the day in stages. I'm not drinking 2 liters all at the same time, hurting the kidney, hurting the liver by doing all that. No, I'm phasing myself. Yeah, I try not to drink after 7, 8 o'clock, but sometimes I do. And even in the night, I have my little bottle next to me. And if I get really thirsty, I have a little sip. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is how I do my water. This is how I do my lemon, and this is how I do my water.
There's a hand there from Carol. Do you want to come in?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's me again. Sorry. I was gonna say, you know what? I have lemon odd times in the morning, but as you said, I mean, it's a weight loss thing. I don't want to lose weight. But which one would you prefer? Do you think lemon or lime is better? I know they're two different, but do you think
I
lemon
think
and
they
lime?
say that lime has more vitamins and stuff like that, or higher vitamin C levels and stuff like that. But I prefer lemon. I like limes when I'm in Grenada. Sorry, that's just me, because when you pick them fresh off the tree, it's like different. And I make my lime water that day. So when I'm in Grenada, they don't really have lemons. So I use limes. Same way as I'm using lemons. Every single morning is that's my program. And then I go on to the waters afterwards. Sometimes I have a cup of hot water. If I just don't feel like any lemon water, I have a cup of warm water. Then I have my waters throughout the day. The rest of my waters through the day. So it's each to their own.
What's the last water? Because I find that when I do the 8 glass a day, I just keep getting up in the night. I try to stop it at 6. But sometimes when you're used to drinking water and you think 6 can feel a bit early because you still get a bit thirsty later. Not that you're dehydrated, but it's just that you're so used to water to stop it like in the evening at an earlier time. By 8, you feel like you want to sip. But then the problem with that, which isn't really a problem, you tend to get up in the night. I always get up like twice, sometimes 3 times for the night. I mean, I go back to sleep. But how do you get up in the night all the time, like to go?
I do get up in the night at times. I get up in the night at times to go to the bathroom. It's just some people, they say after they stop drinking at like 7, 8 o'clock, they go to the toilet once and then they don't get back up. Everybody's a little bit different. Yeah. So, you have to kind of play it and see how it goes. Maybe maybe doing it at 6 or 7 or 8, whatever it is. But I find that if I stop drinking at 6, the only time I stop drinking at 6, 100% is if I've fallen to sleep at 5 because I've had a rough day. I've had a rough day and I've just fallen into bed and I don't wake up until about maybe 1, 2 o'clock the next day. Do you understand? So that can happen. But basically, you're going to have to try and find a pattern for yourself of what works for you. Because as I said, for me, I can go to the toilet maybe twice a night if I've drank a good amount of water. And then other times I can sleep through the whole night. I can go once, sleep through the whole night and that's it.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Louise, a question. Could you just talk to me a little bit about having lots of water in one go? Say somebody's like they don't drink a lot of water. So what they do is they say, okay, you know what? I'm going to have loads of water. I'm going to have a liter or even more. Say, well, I've got my water in. Could you just talk about that? Is that good? Is it bad? Is it you don't recommend it? What do you think?
No, I personally don't for me. Okay. I saw a question I saw a point that Sonia, it says Sonia Axis. She's a nutritionist. Now, Sonia made a point and she said you should be drinking your water according to your age, to your body weight and your age. Yeah, I think she said. And that is so true. So I'm not going to give. So she's written it in the chat, so people can go into the chat and look through that. So I'm not going to give a 3-year-old 2 liters of water to drink.
Sure.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then
definitely.
someone like, I'm a size 8 to 10, yeah, and I'm quite tall, and I drink at least. I feel happy within myself if I drink between 2.5 liters of water a day. I feel happy within myself. Now, if there's someone who's much more thicker than me, muscular than me, all that type of stuff, they may need to drink more water. If you go in the summer, of course, I want to drink more because, of course, if I'm running around, you're working outside, if you're a workman and you're going to have to take in extra water because you're sweating, you're dehydrated, and you need to get that water back. You need to get hydrated, rehydrated. So I don't drink my water in one go. A lot of people, they say, well, I drink at least a liter in the morning. That doesn't work for me. That just doesn't work for me. I'm peeing all the time. I'm going to run into the toilet all the time to wee because that's not what my kidney likes. It doesn't work that way.
Sure.
So I take about 300 mils in water every single morning, at least 300 mils to start off. And then I just work my way to trying to get up to the 2 liters, okay? Or even a little bit more. This is how, thank you, Sonia, because she's just written, yes, Louise, putting pressure on the water, on the bladder when drinking too much in one go. So of course, we don't want that to happen. So this is why you have to kind of monitor yourself. So this, as I said, I take about 300 mils, yeah, in the morning to start me off. I usually go to have a urinate after a little while. And then I start drinking again, like maybe I drink like half an hour before my meals, an hour and a half after my meals, and I get my water in between those times. So I don't gulp drink because that doesn't work for me. It puts pressure on the liver, it puts pressure on the bladder, on the kidneys. So I just don't do this. And Colin has just put, he says, visit this website for the calculation of how much water you should drink for your weight, height, whatever. So if you go into the chat, that information is in there and you can work it out. You can go onto that site and work it out as well. Thank you, Colin, and thank you, Sonia, for your backup.
Yeah, these comments that Sonia's making, I think she needs to be on the program. I'm waiting for
you need to rope her in because
Sonia is definitely. I don't know where
Sonia's
she
a part
is.
of our detox. She's here down in the far right far left on mine.
Yeah, well, she needs to be on this program.
Yeah. So Sonia is the nutritionist that works with us when we do our 12-day programs. And Joan does our herbs because we talk about the herbs that we're using in our packs and stuff like that. So we kind of steal her from what she's doing, but she has a wonderful ministry as well. So if you need help with like nutrition and stuff like that, then you need to be getting in contact with Sonia and with people like Joan and, talking to them and seeing how you can work things out. Definitely.
Hi, Sonia. I'm waiting for the date that you're gonna give me. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on. So, has anybody got any more questions with regards to Louise's presentation? That's number one. I don't know if somebody could look on YouTube. Maybe someone on YouTube has a question and they want to, get it across to Louise. I've noticed in your presentation, you're focusing a lot on water. Like, water is very, very precious with regards to cleaning the system.
It says, there's an old saying. It says, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
And we
Is
say
that
that just for the sake of saying it, but
uh-huh.
actually eating your apple an apple on a regular basis does help your health. So of course you're going to be keeping the doctor away. And it's the same thing with water. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure,
It doesn't
sure.
matter. It does not matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter the big car you drive, how much you earn, any of those things. If you don't have good health, it's absolutely pointless. Do you understand?
Sure,
And
sure,
by doing basic, simple things, by drinking in water every day helps eliminate, helps reduce lots of health conditions. Eliminates, reduce lots of health conditions. Drinking your water on a regular basis helps to bring your blood pressure down, helps to sort out your sugar level. It's just endless. So why do we not want to do it if we want good health? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Make it a part of our daily lives so that we can benefit from it.
Thank you. That's very good advice. I think we're going to be wrapping up soon. I'm going to just see if there's anybody else that would like to ask a question. Maybe on YouTube. We've had some good advice, and it hasn't cost us anything.
A question in the chat.
Okay. David would like to ask your question.
No, leave David alone. David's a troublemaker. Leave him where he is.
No,
Hi,
thank
Dave.
you. Hi, okay, thank you very much. Thank you, very good. So my question is somewhat simple, actually. You know, it's not even about the presentation. You know, people have put these things, websites you can go to have a look at this, that, and the other in the chat. And then once this meeting's finished, are they still going to be, where will they be available to access information?
You can contact
What do you
True
mean?
Temperance, and we can give you some advice. But if you go in the chat,
yeah,
just copy it.
Yeah,
you know,
or screenshot it.
Yeah, screenshot it, or the chat's there. Use your phone and just click it. You're not going to lose it.
I'm on my computer. You see, that's what it is.
Tell him to message us.
If you message TTI, we can get the information to you.
Okay.
Edgar, we'd just like to say thanks for those who are joining us for the first time on True Temperance. And for those people who are asking about recording, they can find the videos on YouTube. That's where we are broadcasting live. So you can visit the YouTube channel and you will find all the videos there from this program and previous programs.
Okay.
You know, I want to say that it's very important to train ourselves, but to train our children, from a very, very early age to enjoy drinking water instead of drinking juice. When my children were growing up, they don't know about fizzy drink. They don't know about all this type of business. It didn't happen. On occasion, they had a juice or something because I didn't know better. But as I got more involved in the health message, then I learned that the best beverage was for my health, for my children's health, was water. The best food was fruits and vegetables. I had some health guests recently, and they've got 4 children. I've never seen a little bunch of people eat so much fruit. I've never seen little people eating so much fruit happily. You don't have to tell them, oh, eat your fruits. Oh, I don't want to eat my fruits. No, they go down in their fruits and they eat really, really well. And if you give the children these habits from a very, very young age, it will help them. It will help them. And if we as adults are doing this, eating the right food, our children are looking at us, then we are setting them good examples. And so set a good example. Set a good example for your family, for your children, for those who come into your, into your environment. Set a good example so that they can benefit from good health as well.
I've got a question here. It says, thanks for the presentation. I accept that we should be mindful of detoxing at all times. However, should we do a periodical detox in the same way we do a spring cleaning of the house? If so,
Okay.
is there a way we should prepare for the body's spring cleaning? For example, should we fast for certain lengths of time in certain ways first? What do you advise? Do you get that?
Well, you know, I'll try and muddle through all of it in one go. Like a spring clean, they usually do once a year. Okay, is that correct?
Yes.
Because spring only comes once a year.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But when we're talking about detoxing, we're talking about, I usually run about at least 4 programs a year. At least 4 programs a year. I run 2 colon, liver, and gallbladder, and then I run about 2 to 3 just colon and liver detox programs. The colon and liver detox programs are 10 days. The one of the gallbladder are 12 days. They're a bit longer because we're flushing the gallbladder as well. We have our nutritionists, as I said, Sonia. We have our herbalist, Joan. We have myself working on that, and we have an in-house doctor who works alongside in the background, so that if there's any issues or anything, we're on top of things. This is not a willy-nilly thing. And so I suggest, how many seasons are there in the year? How many seasons are there in the year?
4. 4.
Yeah, exactly. So I think people should at least twice a year do a clean out. But I'd go even further and say do one every 3 to 4 a year. And I always say to people, if you know that you've ate well and you've had a good diet, then the next year you can do just maybe 2 or maybe 3. But doing one every 4 months is a good way to go about doing things. And if you think, well, I don't want to do one every 4 months, after the first year, do 2 a year. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not going to not benefit. In terms of fasting, I think people really should fast. If they fasted just one day for the whole week, just one day, fasted, even if it's just with water or just eating raw, whatever it is, okay, then I think they're also going to benefit. Like people who do fasting find that their blood pressures come down, things fix themselves by just doing one day of fasting, just one day of fasting a week. People notice the difference. So yes, I recommend that doing a detox from time to time, 2-3 times a year, is a good thing. I recommend that having a fast from time to time, even if it's just once a week, is a good idea as well. We spoke about fasting and how it has an effect by not eating just for that one day. It gives the body rest. It gives the body rest. It gives the body time to heal much better, much quicker. Do you understand what I'm saying? By just doing those simple things, you benefit by the grace of God.
Thank you. We have another
Brother
hand.
Godfrey.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Brother Godfrey. Oh, it's Godfrey. Sorry.
Godfrey, it says. Godfrey. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I understand why we fast and all that, but why does the body need to be what do you call it, a clean out or detox?
Okay.
4 times. Why would the body need to be detoxed 4 times a year if you're eating right? Can someone explain that to me?
Right. So thank you, Sonia. It says if you go into the chat, someone just written the body's bombarded with a lot of toxins, including environmental, from the environment, etc. And I'm just trying to read what Sonia read quickly, and then I'll answer. It says, and including environmental fasting. Environmental fasting helps the organs to function better. Helps the organs to function better. It helps the body to get rid of the toxins better. Yeah. The body naturally detox. We know this. We've accepted that the body does naturally do that. But we know that because of the environment we live in, because of the food that we eat, because of the fluorides in our waters, because of the chemicals that we're putting in our skin for our skincare, all of those type of things, whether it's cosmetic, whether it's body lotion, creams, whether it's on the hair, we are putting these things into our system, whether it's because our foods are grown with pesticides, okay? The fact is, because of all these things, we need to assist. By assisting the body, it helps the body to function at its best. Now, if you know that you're eating right, as Brother Godfrey said, if you're eating right, then you won't need to do 2, 3, 4 detoxes every year. You won't need to do that, because really and truly, your body should start working at its optimum when you put everything in place. So you won't need to be doing that on a regular so many times every single year.
Yeah, I understand that. That's fully clear. But
thank you.
I think what we should advise people. One thing that's giving a lot of sickness, especially at this time, is eating flesh diet. People who eat flesh diet, the flesh that we used to have, like when we was in the West Indies. I don't know if you are from the West Indies, but even though it was bad then, and you eating from the backyard, but the flesh that we eating now is totally not flesh. It's totally non-flesh. It's totally toxins and things that we put in our stomach. So instead of telling people to do a body clean out, to tell them to stop eating flesh and the things that like
brother,
all these things that are telling you should tell people not to eat flesh.
Hi, brother Godfrey.
What you
Sorry.
say is news to the flesh eater to continue to eat flesh and have a thought detox a year.
Yeah. Well, Brother Godfrey, when did you join us? Have you just bumped into the group?
I'm sorry if I'm going back on things that you have discussed already. I apologize.
No. I'm saying, I think if you've just joined the group, then you've missed all the other presentations we did beforehand to encourage people to eat exactly how you're saying, in terms of eating a proper diet, in terms of plant-based. We were talking about a plant-based diet, staying away from the meats and stuff like that, water, using good diet to help with the body staying nice and healthy. So unfortunately, you did miss that. But as we were saying, if you go on the TTI website, you would be able to see that presentation. And we do talk about being, in terms of eating much healthier, in terms of plant-based. And I'll go even further and say that no problem, brother. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us. I'll go even further to say that when you grow your own, it's even better. The nutrition value is even better when you grow your own, when you know what you are eating. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so, of course, if you're looking after your body in the way that you're proposing, which is the right way, of course, which is God's way, then of course you won't need to detox as often as you need to detox. You won't need to do any of those things 3, 4 times a year. You would be nice and healthier as God wants us to be. And so we won't need to be doing loads and loads of detoxing.
Praise the Lord. Thank you very much.
Okay, I've got another question here.
Thank you.
I've got another question here. It says, this is from the chat, does it matter in terms of drinking the right amount of water, whether it's hot or cold? Can it be cold and it's fine? Can it be hot and it's fine? Or what's the best way to consume the water?
Okay, so what is the body temperature? If we think about it in this way, sorry, Brother Godfrey?
Godfrey, sorry. Warm.
Yes, exactly. The body doesn't want anything too hot in it or anything too cold in it. Do you understand? It doesn't want, that's not how the body functions. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, the body is a certain temperature and it likes nice warm things. Yeah. Even if we eat something too hot, you know, we start, the roof of our mouths get burnt, our tongues get burnt, all those type of things. It's too hot. Do you understand what I'm saying? So our foods need to be at a certain temperature. Our water needs to be at a certain temperature. So room temperature water is the best way. Nice cool water, not cold water, ice cold water, not hot water, but nice cool room temperature water.
Thank you for that. And another point is, if it's too hot, then the body's got to cool it down, and if it's too cold, the body's got to warm it up. Yeah. So you're using energy to
exactly. And also, when the body's having to use those energies because we put something in too cold or too hot, it leaves the rest of the organs in the body not as protected as it should be. Do you understand? Because it's rushing into that area to do a cooling down process or a warming up process, and we don't want that to happen to the body.
Yeah, definitely. I've got another question.
Can I say on that though? Think about having a bath or having a shower. You know, if you go into a bath and it's too hot, obviously it's not right for the body. If you go into a shower, your body's going to recoil. It shrinks. It recoils away from the cold. To give your body on the inside the best chances for absorption, then it is that sort of temperature that you would like to use to wash the body on the outside, i.e., not too hot, not too cold. Makes sense.
Thank you, Colin. And the other thing, you know, I don't want you to think I'm like a sadist or anything like this, okay? There's only one time when I use very, very cold water, and that's in terms of water therapy. Do you understand? I use cold water at times as part of a therapy. If I'm working with people who are who suffers with depression and stuff like that, I use hot and cold water therapies in that way. So if you're doing it in that way, it's different, and especially if you're doing it in the right way. But apart from doing it for those reasons, your body is a certain temperature and it likes to have liquids, foods coming in at a certain temperature. So this is the way that the body is. And that example that Colin used is absolutely wonderful. There's your answer. Thank you for that, Colin.
And I've got another question. These questions are coming in, man. I've got another question for you. You're on the hot seat, man. Hot seat. This is on YouTube. And the question is, should someone who is type 2, has type 2 diabetes, should they fast?
Well, I'd like to know why they shouldn't fast.
Can you flesh that out a bit?
You see, what we need to understand is by doing things in the right way. We need to learn to do things the right way. So whether I've got diabetes, if I've got high blood pressure, whatever the problem is, we have to do things in the right way. And this is why we say, you know, always speak to your health provider. Always speak to your health provider, your healthcare provider, and let them know what your tensions are so that they can work alongside with you. So for me to say that to anybody, I would have to know the person, get to do consultation with them, talk to them. I want them to be working alongside of me, working with diabetics who are type 2. I have never had a problem with them fasting for half a day or even a day. I've never, ever had a problem with them. But it's about doing things in the balanced way. It's about doing things the right way. So this is why we say working with your healthcare provider is the best way around.
Sure. I mean, I know that I've heard individuals say that because I'm diabetic, I need to eat regularly. Is it little and often? I'm sure you've heard that before.
Often, yeah. Yeah.
And which is interesting because I don't know if I would recommend that, even though people do it and say that's it for me, that's the way forward. Now, if I wasn't diabetic, and I don't believe I am at the moment anyway,
Amen.
I would space out my meals and be drinking plenty of water. Because my understanding is when you eat something, you have a rush and then it's going to go down again. So if you're eating little and often, then it must be that you're going up and then you're going down and then you're going to up and then you're going to go down. But because you're doing it often, that can't be, I would have thought that can't be a good thing. And it's you're balancing that with, is it necessary because I'm a diabetic to do that? And I don't know.
Could I say something here?
Yes, please. Yeah.
I wanted to put my hand up, but I couldn't find the icon for it, so forgive me for butting in. If we look at research and evidence, most of the programs to reverse diabetes is based on very, very low calorie diets. And we're talking about like 800 calories a day. And so most of the programs, they give people who have diabetes like milk replacement types of things or low calorie soup. So people are on very small amounts of calorie, and research shows over and over again that fasting is one of the best things to reverse diabetes. So I think in the comment someone said, "Oh, that fast for half a day." You know, if you're following God's plan, most people who are not physically working should be having 2 meals a day. And, you know, intermittent fasting it's called. So you have your breakfast, you have your second meal, and then nothing after the second meal until the next morning, your next breakfast. So that is a type of fasting. But if someone wants to reverse their type 2 diabetes, fasting is the way forward. And that's what medical doctors are now jumping on the board with.
Thank you very much, Lucille. And just by doing the detox programs, simple 10-day or 12-day programs, I have seen a numberable amount of people with type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. I've seen them not have to be taking any medication any longer. And it was because they applied the laws of health. You know, I know we have to wrap up, but for a long time, I started thinking, why is it that we tell people to eat 3 meals a day and have our little snacks in between? Why do we do that? And this is something that I practice. Exactly. Eating too often impacts negatively on the gut or the digestion, Sonia says. Thank you, Sonia. And this is one of the practices I practiced as well when I didn't know better. Do you understand? But what I realized is that when I started to think, I said, look, when babies are born, they tell you to feed the baby, I think it's every 2 hours. Is it every 2 hours?
I don't know. It's a long time ago.
Okay. Okay. I think it says to feed the baby every 2 hours, I think. Yeah. Or on demand, brand new babies. As the child gets older, they tell you to feed every 4 hours. Then the gap widens. And then all of a sudden, the children go to school in nursery and whatever. They have their breakfast, they come into nursery, they have a snack. They have their lunch, after their lunch, they have a snack. They go home, they have their dinner, and then they have a snack. Now, why on earth do you think our children, have got diabetes and all these problems with their pancreas and all such? Because we're using up all our insulin, burning off our foods and all this type of business, yeah? So let me just say it nicely, because I don't want to say it horribly, because Shirley's going to tell me off, yeah? Put a zip on the mouth, yeah, at the times when you're supposed to, and don't eat in between your meals. Even if you eat something healthy like nuts and stuff, eat your nuts with your meal.
Yes.
My grandchildren, they always asking for a snack. And I say to them, you know, a snack in this house, yeah, When you eat your breakfast, if you want something that I don't particularly want to eat it with that meal. At lunchtime, eat it with that meal. It's as simple as that. When my children get sick, my grandchildren, not my children, my grandchildren get sick, I put them on a fast. I put them on a fast for a day or two. And on day 3, I start to feed them very liquidy, raw food, salads, all that type of stuff. Day 4, day 5, they're bouncing back. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if I'm pushing this cooked food, pushing meals into their system all the time, I'm doing them more damage than good. When my grandchildren are sick, their parents send them to my house. Why? Because they know what's going to happen. I'm going to do a quick fix, and a quick fix is fasting and eating raw, drinking properly, eating properly, and they recover very quickly. By
Amen.
God's grace.
So in other words, Louise, in this house, we don't do snacks.
No snacking.
In this house.
But
Okay.
I was sorry, I was gonna say if they're eating enough, because it's good to eat your meal at one time. If you're eating enough breakfast, enough lunch, they shouldn't need to snack really if they're
No.
filled enough. But apparently, because sometimes children are not filled enough, depending. But yeah, if they fill up enough and they learn to educate their stomach to take a decent amount, once they wouldn't need to snack, you know? Yeah.
And also, it's habitual. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's you know, have you heard children saying, "I don't want any more, I'm full," and then they ask for a snack. I just tell them, no, you can't yum your dinner, you not eat no snack. Simple as this.
But
Okay.
even as adults as well, we do that. I mean, I know I do
Of
that
course.
in the winter, comfort eat and just snack, even when you don't really, you're not like, starving. But yeah, it's a bad habit. But anyway.
Yeah, it's just get rid of that habit as best as you can. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but once you break it, you know, you'd be Sharon says drinking water instead of snacking is good. Exactly. This is what I say. When I'm detoxing people and they say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry," I said, get a glass of water. Get a glass of water. And because it fills you up. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you're hydrating the body. There is no need for us whatsoever to be snacking in between our meals. And it's that snacking in between our meals that brings on a whole lead of other health issues.
And Sonia agrees with me and yourself that that diabetics can fast, and she's the nutritionist. So I'm happy to go along with that. Now I've got another question. I know we're going to wrap up soon, but I want to get this one in quick. I'm going to get this one in quick. It says here, how can I lower blood pressure to a normal level? I'm presuming.
Okay, I'm going to give it. This is like a quick general tip. Yeah, you don't have to buy any juicer or anything like this. Someone called me the other day. They said my blood pressure is getting higher, is really high in the morning. They don't understand it. They said I was on a plant-based diet for a long time, but people kept telling me I was looking really thin. I've lost a lot of weight and I needed to put it back. So they started going back to eating like their nuts and more regularly, not nuts, a meat diet and whatever. So, and I said, well, what changed in your diet? What have you changed in your lifestyle? And they've said, well, I changed my diet back a bit, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, there's your problem. I said, if you never suffered with the blood pressure before, it was on a nice, healthy, steady diet, eating 2 to 3 meals a day, only 3 meals a day if it's 100% necessary. You're not doing any laborious work. You shouldn't be yumming 3 meals a day, yeah? If you're growing up, it's different, okay? But I said, you've changed your diet, you've seen the impact, so you now need to change it. So I said, but what I suggest you do is drink at least 300 mils of water, go for a walk, come back, and then tell me what your blood pressure is. And I said, one of the other things you can do, deep breathing before taking blood pressure. Wonderful, thank you. New start, Sharon says, excellent. One of the other things you can do is just put a little cinnamon powder in, make a cinnamon tea. That helps to lower the blood pressure. But that brisk walking for about 15 to 30 minutes, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, lowers your blood pressure very, very quickly. I did this with loads of people, loads of my clients. Their blood pressure's up here and it can come down quite quickly. It's simple little things that you can do to help yourself without having to pop a pill or anything like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think we're about here now. I was hoping that this program would be a good one, and you've surpassed what I hoped for, Louise. Praise the
Amen.
Lord.
To God be the glory. Amen.
Amen. Jonathan, do you have any final thoughts or comments? And Louise, you just to keep it in mind, you said something about a challenge. So if you think about that while Jonathan comes in.
I think on this occasion, Louise leave me speechless. So I don't have much
That's
to say.
rare. That's rare.
But
that's rare.
All I can say, I was trying, Louise, when I heard you, I think about 5:55, I started keep time as to how many time you mentioned water. And about, I would say 5 minutes past 6, I think you were up to 20 something times.
Amen.
Yeah, you did mention water very much. So I think for those who weren't converted on the point of drinking water, we'll leave this program this afternoon and realize how important it is to support all these vital organs with drinking water.
Good, good. Who is David Miller's mum? Who is David Miller's mum? Is that
I'm Melrose.
Hi,
Melrose.
I'm waving you up. I'm giving you a wave because I know David. So I'm waving you up. Hi, Mama. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us on TTI. And I'm sure you're going to be putting some of those. Amen. I'm sure you'll be putting some of those practices in. Yes, water is vital.
I'm doing them.
Amen.
Amen. Sorry to butt in. I was going to say, I must add as well, that link that was sent, I actually put it in and it showed me that I need to drink even more water. You put your weight and you put your height, and it's a really good, who was it that sent the link in the chat?
Colin.
Yes.
Colin, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. But
Sorry to interrupt there. So I think, Edgar, for me, the takeaway this evening would be before you even consult the doctor with a lot of the ailment and symptom, water can do wonder. I mean, as for me, I know when I don't drink enough water, I get headache, and I'm always fearful because if I remember correctly, they say a high percentage of people in this country die every year because of dehydration. Because the climate that we live in, it's not one that encourages us to drink water. So we must be aware of that and be mindful, or just be mindful that we just need to drink water. And lots of the disease that we are having, it is stemming from a lack of water.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Louise, have you got a challenge for us, or do you need more time?
I think it's obvious what my challenge is going to be. I think it's very obvious what my challenge is going to be. For this, I think most children on holidays this week, Edgar, if I'm not correct.
Yes, they are. Yep.
And so parents, alongside with children, I want you to go on that site that Colin has just re-put into the group, Look it up and find out how much your child should be drinking for their weight, their height, and whatever, and their age, and then do it for yourself. And this coming week, your challenge is to drink enough water in accordance to your body weight, etc. So this is the challenge that I'm leaving with you guys on TTI, all our viewers on TTI. This is our challenge. And I'm going to challenge myself as well. We're all going to challenge ourselves on this task for this coming week. How much water are we drinking? And I want us to just challenge ourselves and get down to the bone of the matter. Hydrate the bodies so that the eyes, that everything works nicely. And as Jonathan said, keep a lot of diseases at bay.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for the presentation. I'm just going to jump back to the slides because I believe that I've missed out one or two slides, which I'm going to go to. So I'm just going to do the share. And I believe it's after the disclaimer. Okay, so we're just promoting our website, True Temperance International, www.ttiinternational.org. We have a website. You can look at some things that we're doing. You can send us a message. You can look at, it will have the Kefin Lee on there and other things as well. There's recipes and different things on there. Please go and have a look. We're also we're promoting our Telegram groups. There's a women's one, there's a men's one, and there's a spiritual one as well. And I'm hoping that we can put the boot camp challenge on the website as well, so that if anybody's interested, they can actually go onto the website and book their place if they want to be part of that at Kefin Lee. And then we're back to this week's presentation. So, somebody going to say something?
Can I go back to the slide before, please?
This one.
Yeah, thank you.
As I said, it's the women's wellness group, the men's wellness group, and spiritual health. And if you're interested in any of those, you can jump on them and to share information, bounce off each other. If there's one thing I would like to say about this program as we're coming to a close, I absolutely love the way individuals jumped in and was supporting the presenter. That was lovely. I really, really appreciate that.
Amen.
And
So
to me, that was like, you know, that made my day. Because people just, oh, what about this? What about this? What about? And it helps the presenter as well, because she can bounce off what people are saying. As long as it's good information, it's good to share. It's good to share.
Yes. Amen.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
saying that, I think we're about at the end, Jonathan.
Yes, I would say so.
Nothing else you want to share?
Nothing else I want to share at this time, no.
Okay, so we will not be back.
Question.
Who's asking?
This is Godfrey.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Is this a one-off thing, or do you have a continuous program going on Zoom?
We have a program at least once a month. It might be that we may have more than one in a month, but we will do advertisements to let everybody know what's going on. Also, if you join our group, we will advertise the programs on our groups.
Okay.
So you can keep up to date with what's happening. Also, again, our website, we will advertise on our website.
And you're also going to be at Brother Sam's camp meeting?
Say again?
This camp meeting with Pastor
The health
Sam.
conference.
What's about it?
Are you going to be there?
Am I going to be there?
No, your program.
Yes.
TTI.
Yes, yeah. The Kefin Lee program is a full program with everything that we've done here and more.
Edgar, it's a camp meeting.
Which?
No, Kefin.
No.
The 26th of August to the
September.
Yeah, that's Kefin Lee.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I'm saying Kefin Lee, what you've heard today is a snip of what will be happening at Kefin Lee.
Okay.
So brother Godfrey,
how are you?
We see you at Kefin Lee this year. I see that nice smile. So when I see you at Kefin Lee, year, I'm going to recognize you because of your smile. So you know me, I'm Louise, yeah. So you're going to come to me and say, "Hi, Sister Louise, I'm Godfather." And I'm going to say, "Yeah, you did it," yeah. So
Okay,
I want
okay.
to see you definitely this year because you know this is our third year doing these programs,
Yeah.
these health programs, and it's not just for the physical, it's not just for the spiritual, it's a whole thing, the food,
Okay.
spiritualness, everything, the health talks, the you know, the spiritual aspect of it. It's all wonderful. So we want to see you there. I want to see all of you guys there. So make sure.
You will definitely see me there.
Amen. Amen. And so come and
You
tap
see,
me on my
because
shoulder, okay? Tap me
this
on my
is
shoulder
very
and say hi.
yeah, this is very important because you find that the times that we are living in, our diet is very important because
Yes.
God will only use those who has clean temples. And we
just
have to be very, very careful that our taste buds doesn't spoil our destiny.
Amen.
Oh, Edgar, just to say to the brother that this program or these program they had been going on every week for the past 3 years. But of late we reduce it to once a month.
Okay.
But if there's a great demand, I would say watch the space.
Definitely. But all that
And
that
his friend come to Kevin Lee. He's a brilliant singer. Use him for the music. He's wonderful.
Who is this? Who is this?
Audrey.
Audrey. Oh,
Yes.
Audrey. How are you, Audrey?
I'm fine, brother. You sang for us at Hampstead. Wonderful.
Oh, that was years ago.
Yes, I was just going to say.
See you at Captain Lee.
Amen.
I was just going to say, I recognize your voice, Godfrey.
Godfrey, yeah.
Yeah, I recognize your voice. I think I remember you from years ago as well. But just because I think you're kind of new to TTI, but I think Jonathan clarified it. So yes, it started during lockdown and we started with men's health and then we extended it to family health. And we were going every week, you know, for at least 3 years, we were going every week, you know, even Christmas, Boxing Day, whenever. We had live cooking demonstrations when Sabbath was early. And we've had presenters from all over. A lot of the health presenters that you may be aware of globally have been on, have presented on TTI. People that have been at camp meetings, NEC, SEC camp meetings. Not all of them, but many of them have been on here, and people that haven't been on camp meetings. And so, Kefenly, it's like a mini health retreat. It's just for a week, and this is going to be the third one this summer that we've done. And it's TTI in association with Association of Health Reformers. So it's the two ministries and other ministries as well. Louise is from Mercy's Door, and there's other ministries. Sonia's from Access for Health, and there's others. Lucille is from both AHR and Manor House. So it's a gathering of medical missionaries across the UK. We've got the Tuckley, we've got many others as well. And it's not just food. We have exercise classes in the morning. We go out for our morning walks or we do our classes. And we also have art therapy as well. We had that last year. It was wonderful. The children and the adults that participated in that really benefited from the art therapy classes. So it's a kind of holistic thing, as well as the workshop, the physiotherapy, we have what do we call it when you go into the room where there's the treatments, the treatment rooms. So we have the saunas, etc. So we have a good range, a holistic range, as well as supplements. People who have supplements will have those at the hand for purchasing as well, and other things, books and the lot.
But the thing is there a cooking class at this
at Kefin Lee?
Yes.
Yes, we will have live cooking demonstrations as well, and all of that is included in the cost. It's not the only thing that we do extra costings for are like the personal treatments or the boot camp. The rest of it is all part of the workshops is all part of it. So when you go to the website or wherever you go to get the information about the about the conference, the bookings forms, and that you'll see it's really good value.
Okay, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you guys there.
Thanks, and please share with those of you who know.
That handsome guy next to you.
Sorry?
Especially that handsome guy next to you.
Her husband Edgar. Amen. Amen.
God bless.
God bless you.
See you soon.
Okay.
Have you got a final thought, Louise?
Yes, our final thought is remember your water challenge for this week. Remember the Keppenly conference from the 26th of August. And remember, we are doing a 12-day detox program starting on the 21st of April to the 2nd of May. So make sure you join us. Yeah, you can get more information off TTI on that. So join us for that as well.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we, we're just going to say goodbye to the YouTube participants. Thanks for watching us. I hope you've been blessed. So if you could sign us off, Jonathan or Louise. Sorry, Jonathan or Shirlene. And if we'll stay on for a little bit, if anyone's got any other questions or if you want to say hi. But thanks very much. And we're going to say goodbye to the YouTubers. We will be on next month. At the moment, what we're going to do is we normally have a show the first Sabbath in the month. So the next one will be next month. But if you go onto our different chats and so on, you will see a poster. Should be the 5th of May, so you know what's going on.
So I just wanted to say something else. Now, I know we've shared the links to the Telegram groups, and the reason why we've gone down the route of doing the Telegram groups is because I know a lot of people have been hacked or sent messages by scammers, and that is something that we're trying to encourage more people to come onto Telegram. I know that we